All right, aloha to those of you on YouTube as well. Just getting things set up here on multiple platforms. Thank you again to those of you who may be tuning in. If you guys are tuned in right now, please go ahead, leave a comment down below. Let me know. And I'll be getting things started in the next little bit. Hey, Rebecca, thanks for tuning in. Just going to go live on TikTok and on Instagram. And I'm also live on Facebook and a couple other platforms. So stand by. Aloha to those of you who may be watching this on Instagram. If you guys are watching this in the future, just hanging out here doing some inspirational Oracle card readings. And if you guys are ever looking for a reading from me personally, please feel free to just send me a direct message or comment on this video. And yeah, we'll just kind of give it a moment here for people to be able to join in. And thank you again, everyone, for swinging through. And again, we're just going to kind of hang out here tonight. I got all my Oracle card decks ready. And yeah, I got a special offer on for today's broadcast. Really just looking to be able to make these affordable and accessible to people. So keeping the price point on this one as a $5 contribution, but basically doing it in a way where it's also a pay it forward method. So if you guys want, you're welcome to be able to contribute $5 for an individual reading, but you can also contribute $5 to be able to pay it forward. And then that way we'll continue to just be able to pick people who are tuned in right now to be able to do additional readings for them as well. So if anybody here is interested in a reading right off the bat, just go ahead, let me know. Just be like, yo, I'm interested. And then again, for those of you on TikTok and Instagram, super easy for you guys. All you got to do is click the link to my profile to jump over there. And then you guys can add the contribution through PayPal. So, oh, looks like we already have a first reading. Rebecca, thank you so much. Let me just pull open my notifications here. And I know, Rebecca, you were looking for a reading. I saw your comment the other day, so I'm glad you were able to tune in when we were doing this here. And let me just take a moment here to make sure that the confirmations come through. And yeah, for those of you who are just tuning in, even if you guys aren't in a situation to be able to contribute, again, you're more than welcome to just be able to hang out here. There's always messages coming through. And yeah, yeah, $5 for an on-air reading. So absolutely. So cool. Thank you, Rebecca. Cool. All right. I'm just looking for the confirmation on my end, Rebecca, that the PayPal went through. Sometimes it just takes an extra moment. So if you did just donate, just bear with us here. And again, for those of you on any platform, for those of you on Instagram as well, please feel free to leave a comment, say hello. It's going to be pretty chill, casual. This is also just practice for me as well. And awesome. Sweet. All right, Rebecca, I can see your confirmation there. It didn't show up in my email right away, but I can see it directly through my PayPal. So that's good. Cool. All right. So for those of you who are here, thank you so much for joining in. And thank you so much to Rebecca for getting things rolling here with our first reading. And again, for those of you on any platform, please feel free to leave a comment down the chat. Let me know that you're here. Again, the way how we're going to do this, we're going to get right into our first reading. And then for anybody who'd like to be able to have a reading after this, go ahead and use that PayPal link. And again, one of the cool things that we're doing is actually inviting people to do like a pay it forward. So if you guys want to be able to contribute a little bit extra, then we'll do an additional reading for someone from the chat as well. And we'll get them to be able to facilitate. So Rebecca, for the next part, I'm giving you a chance to be able to choose which deck you would like to be able to pull from for today's reading. So Rebecca, let me know which deck you would like to be able to choose from. So we have the Lightworker Oracle deck, the Hidden Worlds deck, which is one of my newer ones that I really like, the Hero's Journey deck, and the Sacred Spirit deck. So which of these ones would you like to be able to do a first reading from for today, Rebecca? Go ahead and let me know. And again, for those of you who are tuned in on any platform, where are you guys tuned in from? Always curious to be able to learn a little bit more about who's tuned in right now. Again, to those of you on the free psychic readings and spiritual connections group, thank you to those of you there as well. And we're about to get into our first reading. I love the idea of just like holding all these oracle decks. So should I pay forward after reading? Whatever works for you, Rebecca. Yeah, if you want to do that, and then we'll kind of check in with the chat and see who else would like to be able to receive a reading. So yeah, if you want to do the additional pay forward afterwards, that's totally fine. So and thank you again in advance. So let's decide on which deck we are going to start off with. Again, for those of you who are watching in the future, these are also the decks that you guys have to choose from: the Sacred Spirit deck, the Hero's Journey deck, the Hidden Worlds deck, or the Lightworker Oracle deck. And again, for those of you tuned in on TikTok, yo, what's up? Where's everybody tuned in from on TikTok? Just give me a quick drop down in the comments. Personally, I'm in Canada. Is anybody here from Canada? Like straight up, for anybody here in TikTok, is anybody here from Canada? Go ahead, let me know. For those of you on TikTok, if you guys would like to be able to get your spot for the next reading, go ahead and let me know in the comments down below. I think we're actually going to do, Rebecca is actually going to do like a special pay it forward. Let me just check here. I'm just checking here. I'm just seeing there's another notification. I'm not sure if that's a separate one or the same one. Awesome. Melissa, I can see that you actually sent a contribution as well. So right now we've got reading for Rebecca, reading for Melissa that actually came in like 1 minute before Rebecca's second contribution, and then we got to pay it forward. So for those of you who are here, you guys are going to get a chance for me to be able to like pick from the audience in the next couple of minutes. So thank you guys so much. If you guys want to like hit the like button, like, you know, smash the screen, super appreciated. Melissa, let me know where you are in the chat. And Melissa, you're on the Instagram. I can see that. Okay, so let's get right into this. Which deck are we going to start off with first for Rebecca? So Rebecca, I'm not sure if you decided yet. And Melissa, if in case you have to head out early, Melissa, just send me a direct message afterwards, and I can like do a video reading for you. So just so you know, it's totally fine if you have to jump out. Yeah, for the pay it forward, we'll okay, so for Rebecca, so for which deck would we like to be able to choose to be able to start on air with? So for those of you who are tuned in, thank you so much. Read these. So Rebecca, we have the Lightworker Oracle deck, the Sacred Spirit deck, the Hero's Journey deck, and the Hidden World deck. Which deck would you like to be able to start off with first? And thank you guys again in advance. Just here to be able to chill out. It's going to be pretty just like casual vibes. Part of the reason of doing like the $5 readings, I want to be able to kind of like balance these out. We'll see how many we can do in an hour. And yeah, they're going to be like in depth, but not like super long, as I'm sure you guys can understand. So sometimes I'll do, I mean, if you guys want like a freaking 1 hour reading, send me a direct message, because I can definitely do that at like a higher price. Number two. So number 2 is the Sacred Spirit deck, I believe is what you're choosing. So let's start off with the Sacred Spirit deck. Thank you guys again so much for tuning in. And thank you for Rebecca for starting us off here. And yeah, these are her inspirational oracle card readings for those of you who are tuned in. And for those of you who tune in, we do have like a pay it forward reading coming up soon, and I'm going to pick someone from the chat for that. But if you guys want to skip the line, go ahead, use the link in my profile. And even if you have, if like you're like not able to stick around, just send me a direct message on Instagram, and we'll get you all set up and stuff. Okay, so Rebecca, confirm for me that you are ready. There's a little bit of a delay on the YouTube chat. So once I know that Rebecca is ready, we'll just do a quick little meditation. Yeah, there's a bit of a delay on the YouTube chat. No worries. Okay. All right. So just charging the deck here. What's the difference between the decks, Melissa? Let me just answer that real quick. Okay, we're doing the Hidden Worlds deck? Okay, sorry. Yeah, sorry. Tell me the exact name of the deck. Well, that's good. Okay, so we'll do the Hidden World deck. Melissa, I'm just going to give you a quick answer to your question. So, and this is for anybody who's tuning in right now. So, for the decks that we have, so Hidden World deck, this one is a lot to do with kind of like almost like a lot of messages kind of like related to like astral space, like hidden realms, obviously kind of like fairy folk magic. Yeah, like a lot to do with kind of like the etheric planes. So that's a really, really cool deck. One of my favorites. Lightworker Oracle deck obviously has a lot to do with kind of like the journey of a light worker. So if you're someone who kind of like resonates as a light worker, maybe you're looking for some insight there, that's a great deck to be able to choose. Hero's Journey deck, obviously related to the hero's journey. So again, also kind of add some dream elements to it, but obviously, again, just kind of like drawing upon kind of like the mythos of the hero's journey, Joseph Campbell, something that we can all relate to, coming over our challenges. Lots of really cool stuff there. And then the Sacred Spirit deck, using artwork by our good friend Lewis Dyer. Super, super beautiful artwork here. And this one kind of has a variety to it, but it has a lot to do with kind of like higher conscious, like insights and wisdom. So like kind of like very like kind of like out there knowledge. So, all right, let's start off with the Hidden Worlds deck, and we'll create, I'll do my best to be able to create a good flow here so we can get from one reading into the next. Again, for anybody who would like to be able to receive the reading in the queue, just go ahead and send the contributions through PayPal. So, oh, okay, Rebecca, you jumped over to Instagram. Okay, cool. All right, let's do it through Instagram. Thank you so much for making the jump. Less lag on Instagram. So, all right, Rebecca, you ready? Okay. All right, so for those of you who tune in, let's yeah, I apologize if the YouTube's lagging. I think it's because I have like multiple streams running. For those of you on YouTube or Facebook, how laggy is it? Go ahead and let me know. All right, let's get right into this nonetheless. Okay. All right, so Rebecca, you ready? All right, let's just take a moment here to just do a quick little meditation. Rebecca, I'll guide you through this. And when you are ready, on my prompt, type now into the chat, and then we'll split the deck, and then we'll pull the card for you. So let's get right into this. And thank you guys again so much for tuning in. So here we go. So for everybody here, just take a moment to be able to just connect with our breath. Just breathe into your heart space for Rebecca, for anybody here. Just allowing yourself to arrive into the space of gratitude. Gratitude for yourself, for showing up, for the messages we're here to receive, for community, for this space. Taking a moment to be able to bring our awareness to the intention, show us what we need to see. And so, Rebecca, I want you to be able to focus on that intention, show us what we need to see, we being the individual, we being the collective, we being the community. Continuing to breathe here, I want you to imagine kind of like sending that intention up into the etheric planes, like almost like a laser shooting up. And as you continue to just breathe here, Rebecca, and for everybody here, feel free to join us. At your own pace, just listen to your heart, listen to your breath. And when you're ready, Rebecca, you can go ahead and type now into the chat, and go ahead and take your time. I'll just do a quick little flow tree for us. And so with the breath guiding us like the winds on a wave, may we continue to soar into better days, aligning with our heart and the magic that is, opening our mind to the wisdom of this bliss. And so breathing into this space, may we continue to see through the wisdom of our heart, for that is the truth of this long, once forgotten art. Holding space here, just allowing that energy to be able to come through, allowing ourselves to be able to see that which is true, to bring about the connection between me and you, and spirit and all that is in between. And Rebecca, when you're ready, go ahead and type now, and we shall see what message is meant for you and for me. Thank you again, everyone, for tuning in, just holding space. We're about to pull this card now, says Rebecca. You guys can type your wizard noises into the chats. It's always appreciated. All right. Beautiful. This is a beautiful card. All right, so the first card that we have pulled for Rebecca, thank you so much for contributing. And again, the message here is for whoever happens to be tuned in. So if you guys are tuned in, this message is for you. The card that we have pulled is the Mirror. And the message is other lives, past lives, dimensional lives. So I'll take a moment here, just be able to show you guys there on screen. And I'll open up the book, and then from there, what we're going to do, we're going to just take a look at the image again, a little bit more detailed. And then we're going to read from the book, and then I'll add in my own additional sort of like channeled message from spirit for you guys. So again, for those of you on the desktop, for those of you on Facebook, go ahead, leave a comment. Thank you so much Facebook is running good, says Adrian. Adrian, thank you so much for joining in. I'm glad you were able to make it. So, okay. All right. Super, super, super cool card here. So for all of you who are tuned in right now, just go ahead and take a look at the image here of this card. Sorry, like the green screen kind of makes it a little wonky sometimes. Go ahead and take a look at the image here on this card. What do you see? And honestly, the light on this is kind of blowing out the image. Let me just see if I can adjust this just a little bit so you can see it better. There we go. All right, so when you guys see this card, what do you see? So we can see here, there's like this image of a forest, and then there's like a woman standing in a mirror, reflected in a mirror. And it's kind of like this golden mirror, and you can see she's wearing these almost kind of like almost ceremonial tribal robes, and she's holding like a staff with flowers and a crown of flowers on her head. And again, very, very just kind of like peaceful energy to it. So when you guys see this card, what do you see? What do you feel? Go ahead and leave a comment down below. And Melissa, let us know if you're still here, just to make sure. All right. Okay, let's keep things going. Let's get right into this first reading. Thank you guys again. And I'm going to read from the book. And again, I'm just going to invite you to just be able to open your heart to be able to receive the message of this card, and then we'll get into more of the details of it as we go. So, so for everybody here, just go ahead and you can even just kind of close your eyes. I'll just kind of use my like special oracle reading voice. Card number 37, the mirror. Other lives, past lives, dimensional lives. If anything I say resonates with you, drop an 1111 in the chat. We are the many born who move through time and space, beyond the lines drawn by men. We dance upon the web of connection and circle around, thousand upon thousands of time. You have been star and stone, flower and bark, deer and dancer, priestess and servant girl, wizard and seraph. We move through forms, friend, not simply those of the human, but those of the elements. And when we turn and face all of who we have been, we can awaken, little by little, each piece of wisdom until we are whole and entered fully into this life, to share what we brought here to do. You are now at this point of realization, staring into the mirror. It is as if each memory can find its way to the surface of your skin. You can connect with the multitudes who dwell within you. Your identity will not shatter. You will not fragment. Instead, you will become more whole, more complete, more present than ever before. Let yourself know the truth. You are earth and air, water and fire. You are priestess and poet, slave and revolutionary. You are experiencing the spectrum of events through lifetimes in this one life. And you can now understand any vows or connections, relationships, or compulsions as they were formed within other times. It is now time to assess which you can release yourself from and which must be honored and respected, nurtured this lifetime. Many born one, your lives are here in the hidden world, waiting for you to remember. Stare into the mirror and see all of who you are. Illuminations like a mantra. I am a dimensional being who has lived thousands of lives, all with their wisdom and lessons to teach. Beautiful. All right, let's get right into this. So again, I'm just going to kind of like add in some additional channel insight from here. Again, for those of you who tuned in, hold on, just make it. Is my dog barking? Is that noise? I think it's okay. All right. Okay. So again, for those of you who are tuned in right now, we're going to get into just kind of like what I'm going to do. I'm just going to kind of like connect with spirit, connect with guides, and just kind of bring forth some additional insight and inspiration. After that, we do have a reading from Melissa. And then after that, we also have a pay it forward reading. Thank you to Rebecca. And again, for anybody who'd like to be able to get in the queue, you guys can use that PayPal link and go ahead and contribute $5 or more, and we'll pay it forward. All right. Okay. So let's get into this. So this is a very, very interesting card, very, very powerful card. So let's take a moment here to be able to reflect on what message spirit is being able to bring through for us. So with this card, it's helping us bring awareness to the idea that this one lifetime that we are in, that we are experiencing right now, is just one chapter within a much bigger multi-dimensional story. And it's interesting because, again, like here within this lifetime, you live in this mainstream culture, and the idea of past lives and many lives and multidimensional lives isn't really something they encourage, isn't really something they think too much about. Interestingly enough, in places of the East, the idea of reincarnation is actually a part of their culture. And so with this card, it's inviting us to really be able to invite in a deeper connection with what those past lives and even future lives may have been for us, and to also still be able to keep focus here within this life, to be able to look back, to be able to see how far we have come, to be able to look, to be able to see what wisdom we can bring forth, not necessarily simply to look purely just through fascination, but to look with the intention to be able to learn, with the intention to be able to integrate, to look to be able to develop a deeper relationship between ourselves and those past lives. Now, at the same time, even though this concept of spirituality, the idea of past lives, it's a very kind of exotic concept. A lot of people get really excited about it, but at the same time, from my experience, you don't worry if you're like not fully aware of what your past lives are. In many cases, we come into this lifetime with our past lives kind of hidden from us intentionally, and then over time, we may have sort of like dribbles and driplets, if that's the right word, clues and kind of hints to our past lives kind of coming through us in this life, whether or not we even fully know what that past life was. But what we can find is that oftentimes, like the things that we are drawn to, the things that we are moved towards, the things that we naturally find ourselves synchronistically arising into, oftentimes those can be kind of like hints and clues as to what our past lives have been. But with this card, it really invites us to be able to reflect from a very humble point of view that we have lived many past lives. Let me just take a quick moment here. I just want to be able to respond to Dominique. Dominique, I just saw your comment there. Dominique, send me a direct message and I can do a separate video reading for you individually. So that's totally fine. I do separate individual readings and I'll send you a link for that. So Dominique, thank you for your contribution. Send me a message and I'll reply to it. Okay, so moving along here. And thank you guys so much. Appreciate the support. So again, moving along here with what I was saying, yeah, so this card invites in a lot of humility. Like, what does it mean to you, this idea that, oh, like you have lived as a queen, you have lived as a king, like this idea, a lot of people, when they hear it, it's like their ego can get really excited, right? I'm sure you've probably heard people where they're just like, it's like, oh, like maybe in a past life I lived as like a prince of Egypt or something like that. But at the same time, like this is also inviting us to really be able to be humbled, because yeah, you may have been a prince, you may have been a princess, you may have been a queen, you may have been a king, but at the same time, you have also lived as the lesser, you have also lived as the servant, as the seraph. And so with this in mind, it's important to just really be able to reflect on what our relationship is to those roles in today's day and age. Oftentimes when we perhaps like see someone who has less than us in this context, in this world, how do we judge them? Do we judge them? How do we hold space for them? Do we relate to them? Like if you were like see someone on the street, a part of you may just be like, oh, like I don't want to look at that, I don't want to look at that. But at the same time, why don't you want to look at that? And I think until you can kind of reflect on that, you realize that the reason why you don't want to look at that is because there's a part of yourself within that, a part of yourself that probably is still fractured, that is still not fully integrated. But if you can kind of just open your mind to the idea where it's just like, you see a beggar on the street and then you're just like, that's me. That was me. That is me. I was in that situation. We have all been in that situation. We are all teachers. We are all students. And so the concept of this card is inviting us to be able to open our heart to new ways and old ways for how we can kind of connect into a deeper relation and realization of our many lives. And so this is really inviting in, again, like, what is your relationship like with dream space right now? Set an intention for dream space. You can literally write it out and you can say, like, dear spirit, show me a message from a past life. And this can be something within dream time, and this can be something within like current wakeful reality as well. Because a lot of times, like, we may find that within our waking reality, we are drawn to certain spaces and themes and practices. Like you may find, be like, oh, like in this lifetime, I really like painting. And maybe that's because in a past life you were a painter. For me, my own experience, and I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this, there's like kind of like this draw towards like military, and probably because in a past life there was something there related to military. For me, there's even like this natural kind of like draw towards leadership, probably because in a past life there was something related to leadership. With past lives, again, it's not necessarily like holding on to this idea that you need to know the specific details, but if you can at least be able to kind of like focus on the archetypes of what you feel to be true, what you feel to be relevant from your past life, looking at it as information. Again, it's like, what do you choose to bring forward? What do you choose to be able to bring with you into this lifetime, so that it can humble you, so that it can integrate you, so that it can deepen your awareness of who you are? So with this card, it's even literally inviting you to be able to practice like mirror gazing. The idea of this is really powerful. The idea of, like, sit in front of a mirror, eye gaze with yourself in front of a mirror, and you may find that as you're doing this, your like face will kind of like begin to like shape shift and stuff like that. And if you just kind of like open your heart to this process, you may find that you'll actually able to kind of like see the other versions of yourself. And it's kind of like this idea that those other versions of yourself, it's like they're still in your energy field, they're still connected in some way. So how can we, as consciousness, be able to kind of like bring all of the best lessons from those other lives into this life now as like a nexus point, to be able to live the best life we can, to be able to be as conscious as we can, as humble as we can, as resourceful as we can, as, again, like to show up in service to others, to be able to help those who, again, maybe playing the roles that they're in without fully being aware of, like the bigger archetypes that they are a part of. So anyways, I'll wrap this up here because I want to be able to move into some other readings, even though I definitely could keep going on this one, but I'm sure you guys get the point at this point. Let me know how this resonates with you. Let me know, again, just leave in the comments. Like, do you guys, what's your connection to your past lives? Do you have a connection to your past lives? Again, for different people, it's going to be different. For me, I have some hints towards my past lives. I'm not too attached to the idea, but I use the concept to be able to guide me and to be able to kind of like help direct me within this lifetime. It's like, oh, like I was probably doing this in past lifetime. Let's bring it forward into this lifetime. Let's continue the momentum and let's show up in service for others. So again, through dream practice, through mirror gazing, through paying attention to synchronicities and messages from spirit, this is inviting in a connection that's just like expanding our conscious to know that this knowledge is there, it's accessible. And if we open our heart to it, it can start to kind of like come through. And with this, it expands our awareness of ourselves. I'm not just Brendan, I'm expanding into more of who I am. So Dominique, just replying to your comment directly in the chat, can I ask a specific question? Dominique, I usually invite people to just have the intention, show me what I need to see. But again, as someone who's a paying customer, you're more than welcome to ask a specific question. I'll do my best to be able to reply to it, but it's not like I don't do like psychic questions. So if it's like, like, will my boyfriend get back together with me, or like, will I get that new job? I don't necessarily do those type of questions, but it's like, if you can give me something that you're looking for specific insight on, like, like looking for insight on family or relationship or work or something, I can try integrating that into the answer. Anyways, wrapping up this reading here. I'm good to conclude this here, but that was a beautiful, beautiful message. Thank you, Rebecca. Rebecca says, great collective, guys, and thank you for aiding spirit guided words. Thank you, Rebecca. I'm glad I was able to again receive that message for you guys as well. So if this resonates with you, drop an 1111 in the chat and feel free to write out a little affirmation. So a little like message that tells spirit that you received this, and what that can look like. It can literally just be something as like, I'm opening my heart to expanding my relationship between myself and my many past and future lives, to be able to integrate more wholeness into the here and now. So beautiful. All right, let me just take a look here. Rebecca, I can see. Did you send another pay it forward, Rebecca? I'm just looking to be able to confirm here because I think I can see another one that came in. Awesome, Rebecca, thank you again. That was awesome. So with that said, we'll get into our next reading, and let me just take a look here. I just want to be able to see. Is it Dominique? Did you send a contribution on PayPal? Okay, so I think there's 4 contributions on PayPal so far. Not sure why I thought there was 5, but I think it's, or is there? Yeah, I can see Anna, Melissa. All right. Either way, Melissa, if you're still here. Okay, so just one Rebecca. Okay. All right. Yeah, that's what I thought. I think it just, for some reason, it showed me one. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Thank you, Rebecca, so much. And Rebecca, if you want, I can send you a screenshot of this as well if you wish. So just send me a direct message after. And thank you also. Quick note here. Melissa is ready. Quick plug as an intermission. If anybody here is interested in any Lumerian quartz crystals or light guardian crystals, please feel free to send me a direct message. I've got a ton of them that I'm looking to sell, and I got them available at super affordable prices. And I also have exclusive light guardian crystals. These are handmade items that I make with the Lumerian quartz crystals. Again, if you guys want a really good deal on any of those, just send me a direct message. And that's another way to be able to help support. And if you've already like paid for a reading, I'll give you like some extra bonuses with whatever you want to order. So, and again, I got like medium and I got like large Lumerian quartz too. So, all right, let me just take a moment here. I just need to make sure. Heat that up and grab my phone. Okay, guys. I hate to do this. My wife just needs me to be able to grab something for her real quick. If you guys are okay with that, I just got to do that real quick, and then I'll sit down, and then we'll get things ready. Is that okay with you, Melissa? I just have to like deliver something to her. So, dad life. So always ready when need be. Okay. And Melissa, we're going to get right into your reading next. Again, for anybody else. Okay, Dominique, I can see that came through from Anna. Okay, let me just read your comment. Looking for insight between my online friend and I who have lost contact, but not unusual to lose contact with every once in a while. Okay, yeah, Anna, just send me that detail again through a DM, just so I can make sure that I have it when I do your reading and stuff like that. But yeah, I can keep that in mind. And again, if something comes through with spirit relative to that, we can definitely draw upon it. So. Okay, and thank you, Anna. And Anna, again, if you have to leave early, just send me a direct message because I'll do the video call for you. Okay, all right, Melissa, 2 seconds. I just gotta go do that for her. Okay. All right. Sitting down for a moment here. I will have to stand back up in a second. I just have to deliver some milk. It's just heating up right now. So. In the meantime, Melissa, let's choose which deck you would like to be able to use. And Rebecca, thank you again. So Melissa, if you haven't already decided, so Hidden Worlds, Hero's Journey, Lightworker Oracle deck, or Sacred Spirit, which of those speaks to you? Go ahead and let me know. Okay. All right. Thank you guys again so much for joining in. Just checking in with the numbers and everything like that. Again, for those of you who are tuned in on any platform, go ahead and leave me a direct message if you guys would like a reading on air. Again, you can use a PayPal. If you're not able to stick around on air, I can send you a direct reading through through video as well. So, okay, so Sacred Spirit. All right, let's get ready to be able to do the Sacred Spirit. I just want to be able to wait. It's just like 2 more minutes until the milk is heated up. That way, so I'm not having to stop in between. And yeah, where's everybody tuned in from right now? If you guys want to be able to let me know and stuff like that. So. But yeah, again, with these readings, I love just being able to do them as a way to be able to bring some inspiration and insight for you guys. So as always, I just invite you to be able to set that intention of show me what I need to see. So Melissa will do that. And as soon as I deliver the milk, we'll get right into it. After I do that, I'm good for a while. She'll be good for a while. So let me just check here, make sure she doesn't need anything else. Cool. All right. Cool. Yeah, I'll be hanging out here for however long tonight. And yeah, at least until probably 1 a.m. But after this, we do have another reading that we'll be doing as a pay it forward. So for anybody who's tuned in looking for a pay it forward reading, please feel free to let me know. For those of you on TikTok, welcome as well. And yeah, thank you again. Melissa is tuning in from Pennsylvania. Awesome. Cool. Okay, let me just go check that milk. It's heating up. And thank you again for those of you who have like sent like well wishes for the new baby and everything like that. Super appreciated. Like this, me doing tarot at this point, like this is like what works with our schedule because like at this point, like the baby's asleep, so it's like okay, time to hustle. Quick plug: if you guys are looking to connect further, definitely encourage you guys to check out paradigmshiftcentral.com. I'll be hosting a global meditation through there tomorrow, as well as a conscious campfire event coming up. And that's like a membership portal, and you guys are welcome to check that out. You can start like a free trial through there as well. So the link for that's in my profile as well. Okay, let me just go deliver that milk, and then we'll get right into this reading. Thank you guys for your patience. All right. Okay, thank you guys for your patience. Sorry about that. Baby had to be taken care of there. So let's get right into this reading. Melissa, let me know if you're ready. This is fun. The Sacred Spirit deck is one of my favorite decks, so I'm excited for this. All right. Cool. All right, let's get right into this. So Melissa, assuming you are ready, I'll wait for your cue, and then we will get into this reading. Perfect. All right, so Melissa, Dominique, we still have a couple readings in the queue. So again, just send me a direct message. I can send you individual video recording as well, which is I'll do it early tomorrow morning as soon as I'm able to. All right. Okay. So Melissa, just inviting you to be able to join us in a little bit of a meditation. And for anybody else, you guys are welcome to just add to this meditation as well. So let's just take a moment here, just kind of close our eyes. Just connect with our breath. Soft, gentle inhale. And soft, gentle exhale. Melissa, just inviting you to be able to connect with your heart space, feeling into that intention. Show us what we need to see. And as we breathe here, just being in our space of gratitude, gratitude for yourself, for the community, for the space, for the messages we're here to receive. And putting out that intention, show us what we need to see for the individual, for the collective, for the world. And as you breathe here, Melissa, when you are ready, take a few more moments, connect with your breath, listen to your intuition, and gently open your eyes, and then type now into the chat, and we will split the deck. Breathing into this space, let us allow ourselves to see the magic that takes place. Opening our hearts, expanding our mind. May we continue to come around each and every time back to the wisdom at the source of our heart, for us to be able to see the magic as we take part in the bigger story of all the chapters in between, for us to remember now who we have always been. The sound effects. All right. Ooh, I like this one. All right. The card that we have pulled for Melissa and for anybody who's tuned in right now is card number 9. Clear and activate. Create sacred space. Card number 9. Clear and activate. Create sacred space. I'll show it to those of you on Facebook as well. Again, for those of you on Facebook, I'm on my mobile cameras as well, so that's why you see me looking that way. All right, let's get right into this, and we'll keep pace here, and then we'll get into the other readings as soon as we're ready, but we'll take our time with this one. So, okay. Hey, Steph. Is it? No, it's Sophia. Hey, Sophia. Okay. All right. So let's take a moment here, just be able to look at this card. Again, this is artwork from our friend Lewis Dyer. Beautiful, beautiful artwork. So what do we see here? What do you guys feel when you see this image? So this beautiful image of this man, or this androgynous figure, looking towards the heavens, kind of their palms open, and this like wave of energy kind of like pulsating from a higher dimension. These beautiful colors of like this like blue and gold, just kind of like shimmering. And let me just look if there's any other small details. It's kind of like this, almost like kind of like high tech kind of like imagery in the background. It's kind of hard to see, but it's more just kind of encoded into the background. So what do you guys feel when you see that message? Go ahead and let me know, and let's get right into the reading. Again, for anybody who's in online right now, if you guys would like to be able to receive a reading, you can do PayPal through the link in my profile, the link in the info for this video. And if you want, you can do more than $5 to pay it forward. So, all right, Melissa, go ahead and let us know, just confirm you're still here. And yeah, I'm going to read from the book. I'm going to kind of like use like the magic, like sort of like voice that I do, I think, add that extra intention, and inviting you guys to just be able to open your heart to the messages that come through. If anything I say resonates, drop an 1111 in the chat. Card number 9, clear and activate. Cleanse your environment, create sacred space. Everything in the universe consists of energy. It is in a continual state of creation and recycling, adapting and changing in its current environment, interacting with everything that it comes into contact with. There are many ways you can clear and activate chakras, energy fields, meridians, power centers, and your higher self. Energetic clearing applies to all areas of your life. The collective energy, physical exchanges, psychic information, spirit contact, and your home or workplace can be very overwhelming if you don't prepare yourself for these levels of interaction. Again, if anything I say resonates, drop an 1111 in the chat. When you are faced with a challenging moment, your energy centers become affected. A to and fro struggle to push and pull factors come into play as you navigate these issues or interactions. Activating and clearing the energy centers through meditation or chakra balancing will improve your mental endurance. Potential healing can be achieved through yogi practices, mudras, meditation, and exercise are beneficial to create energetic balance within the physical body. Currently, you may be feeling emotionally sensitive and hypersensitive to your environment, including weather and atmospheric pollution.
Take positive steps to create an energetically supportive environment and understand the relationship with self. Right now, you need to switch focus. Being caught up in gossip, jealous conversations, participating in lower energy activities, repeated drama, and toxic environments must all be shifted now if you want to live a better life. You must be accountable for your actions and reactions. Sunshine not only warms your skin, it also warms your soul. Spending time outdoors can refresh your mind and bring you back into the present moments. Negative and imbalanced energies can shift through natural light and atmospheric absorption through plant life. Shadow aspect, overreacting, indulgence, negligence. Sacred crystal, clear quartz. Angel assistance, guardian angel, Akaya. Haven't really seen that one before. Patience, learning, new skills, hidden meaning. And then there's an affirmation here. I am a clear beacon of infinite pure platinum white light. It radiates through me and all around me. Beautiful. All right. So let's continue here. We'll get right into this. Just going to channel in some additional inspiration. Again, just kind of like connecting with spirit guides. Let's see what comes through. So yeah, this is a card for anybody who's tuned in right now. Like, this is such an important reminder. Again, when we're going in and out of the environments of like this mainstream society and everything like that, it's natural for us to just kind of be in the energy fields of others that we don't always have control over. You know, this world is kind of just like spewing toxic energy all the time. And so even though we can't necessarily always change all of the environment, we can change our relationship to it. And most importantly, we can change the way in which we process the energy of those environments. One of the things that's really important, this was like kind of like a piece of advice that I received over the years that really just kind of stuck with me, and I'll share it with you guys. You know, sometimes when people talk about protecting yourself, they'll say like, oh, put some crystals in your pocket and you know, imagine like a force field that bounces energy off of you. If that works for you, great. But here's another idea that I like to be able to use as a way to be able to navigate this space. Instead of just thinking of a force field that's bouncing energy, instead, what you can do is imagine like a field around your body, like a white field around your body, and imagine this field actually transmute energy. So imagine when the negative energy kind of like comes into your space, it actually turns it into neutral energy. And then at that point, you can use that neutral energy to be able to transform it, to be able to use it in a positive way. So just even that mindset, that idea, that story, that program that you create within your head can actually kind of like change the way and how the energy affects you. If you're constantly feeling like you're on like this defense where it's just like, I gotta push stuff away, I gotta protect things, I gotta push things away, that in itself can kind of like strain you in a lot of ways, whereas opposed to focusing more on kind of like neutralizing, again, kind of like how like a plant will kind of like neutralize like pollutions in the soil and stuff like this. We see this in nature all the time, right? So again, with this card though, in the bigger picture of things, this is a card that's really inviting us to be able to bring awareness to our physical body, to the relationship to our physical body, how we are continuing to be stewards of this sacred temple that we walk in, that our spirit is again housed within. And so with this card for Melissa and for everybody else here, this is a card that's really inviting us to just be able to, again, in some ways, it's really calling us out, where it's basically just kind of checking in with us. Like, have we been getting caught up in gossip? Have we been kind of like in like, you know, finding ourselves in conversations that are just kind of like looping, that aren't really kind of like moving us forward, like kind of like jealous cycles and everything like that, participating in lower energy activities, whatever you refer to that as, whatever that means to you. And if we are, again, no shame in that, but this is a card that is really inviting us to become more aware of that, to become more conscious, to become more responsible, and to be able to just be able to say like, you know, well, what do I want? Do I want to stay here? Do I want to stay in these energies? Or do I want to be able to become something more? What would it feel like for your body, for your like physical body, the thing in which you experience the world through, in which you perceive the world through? Would you prefer it to be kind of like muddied and gunky and dirty and kind of like blah and like stagnant? Or would you rather it be kind of like clear and clean and strong and vibrant and crisp and again, kind of like able to respond opposed to react? The choice is yours. It really, really is. And sometimes, we kind of go through these experiences in life where we actually kind of like our spirit will kind of like lead us into the kind of those gunky, muddy areas, so that we can experience it, but then also so that we can make the choice to be able to say, you know what, I don't want to stay here. I want to be able to shift out of it. And so like that choice to be able to shift out of it is something that we can make each and every single day. And so again, even though the concept of this is quite simple, it's something that we can apply into our life through basic patterns and habits and routines. So again, the idea of like clear and activate. So this is something that can be initiated through a thought. This can be something that is initiated through a ceremony, through a ritual. This is something that we can do, again, literally just by like going out in nature, getting our feet onto the dirt, doing something such as taking like an intentional shower. Next time you take a shower, imagine it's kind of like clearing away the energy. Even try using a cold shower if you want to do that. The cold shower is great for kind of like activating this vigilance in you. I like to be able to take cold showers with this mentality that when I've programmed my mind so that when I turn it to cold and I feel the cold in my mind, I associate it with victory. So when I feel it, instead of it being like, for me, it's like the endurance of it. It's just like, oh, like if I can endure this cold shower, then I can endure the challenges of the everyday, struggles and challenges and stuff like that. But again, with this card, really inviting in again, like any sort of like yogic practices, exercise. Oftentimes, like again, when it comes to clearing and activating, it's two steps, right? So it's like step one, kind of like clear the stagnant energy that's in the way, and then step two, kind of like ignite the fire that's inside, ignite the flame that's inside, bring in that fresh light. So the process of even just clearing, like that's something that can be as simple as literally just like shaking the body. Like a lot of times, like this is very interesting, and this is coming from my own experience, and again, you guys let me know if this resonates with you. A lot of times when we'll go through things, we'll experience like these days where we just feel really heavy, like really just like blah, like, and it's like depression, not necessarily like full on clinical depression, but you feel depressed, you feel heavy, like things are just kind of like drooping and stuff like that. On those days, when it's relative to you, sometimes what we're actually experiencing is actually stagnant energy. It's energy in our it's energy in our field that is like stuck there. So what we want to be able to do is to be able to shake it out, to literally be able to like move our body. And then in the process of doing it, it literally clears the energy. It's like creating like a discharge effect, and it kind of like anything that's kind of stuck to you kind of gets released. It's almost like a static charge. And that's where, again, something as simple as exercising, but literally, particularly, like things like dance, again, things like yoga and everything like that, even something as just like, like getting outside in nature, being on the sun. The sun can literally, again, kind of like clear energy, and it also charges us up. It activates it. So with this card, I'll just speak on this for a little bit longer, and then we'll move into another reading. This card, it's also, reminding us that this world that we are in is one that is like intimately a part of our process, in which there are things within this reality that are there to be able to help clear and activate. It may seem simple, but it's just like use it. Use things such as sunlight, use things such as the earth, use things such as trees, use things such as water. All of those things are there to be able to help nurture and sustain and clear and activate your energy fields. So if you're just like sitting in a concrete room all day on staring at a screen, like those things aren't really there. Like don't get me wrong, a screen can be great to be able to receive a message. And this is awesome because here we are right now, like I'm just passing on a message from spirit, but my message from spirit is to, get away from the screen and go do something that's really going to sustain your spirit. I'm just here to be able to pass on the message, but it's the action that comes from that's going to really kind of give you what you need. And again, it's like within that space, that's also where you can kind of like open up to more of that reflection, that journaling process. Again, all those steps that can really just create a habit and a routine that's inviting in a new energetic blueprint, a new energetic pattern, new habits, new thought forms that are moving you towards a path with more clarity, with more focus, with more resilience, but also with more humility, with more grace. And again, even the idea of like clearing the chakras, balancing the chakras. One thing for that, like there's like ancient chakra practices based on mudra practices. Taking time to literally just be able to meditate, doing different tonations, like the mantras, like A, E, O, U, doing the different mantras, which correlate to the different chakras. Like that's almost kind of like giving yourself like an energetic, like car wash kind of from the inside out. That's one way I think of it. So, without getting into every single detail here, this is a card that's really inviting us to be able to just kind of reflect on, like what is our relationship like with our physical body? And do we feel that we're kind of like holding kind of like this like energy that's just kind of like blah, that's just kind of like weighing us down? And if we are, become aware of it. Like instead of just being like shaming ourselves, like don't bother with that. Like, I mean, if you want to, if that motivates you, sure. But to simply be aware of it already puts you a step ahead, because when you're aware of it, know that there is always a move you can make. And maybe that next move that you can make might be as simple as just like having a healthy meal, like changing a diet and stuff like that. Waking up a little bit earlier, waking up with the sun, connecting with the rhythms of the earth, going outside, connecting with nature, all of these things. I am a clear beacon of infinite, pure platinum white light. It radiates through me and all around me. And so again, as we clear and activate, what happens? We become a clearer conduit for consciousness. We become a clear source for spirit to be able to live, to be able to act, and to be able to serve through as well. So again, for Melissa and for everybody else here, this is a message from spirit for you to just be able to, if it resonates, bring a little bit more attention to that, a little bit more focus to that, because again, in doing so, not only is it going to, again, improve the ways in which you navigate through this world, but it's also going to change the ways in which you're able to show up for your relationships with others as well. And do it as an act of self-love, so like wherever you are right now, love yourself for where you are. And then know that you can take like those simple steps, one step at a time, to be able to really shift yourself into new places. And and it can really be, it doesn't have to be overly complicated, it's just kind of like removing the things that may kind of have like a toxicity to them and inviting in things that are, again, more holistic and nurturing for you. And again, also the physical exercises of clearing the energy through dance, through exercise, through connecting with nature as well. And again, and also the physical space as well, not even just your body, but the physical space as well. Yo, Marco, the physical space as well. So like one thing that would be helpful is just like check your room right now. Like this is like pro tip of the night. Clean your room. like your room is a reflection of you. Your room is you. Like our energetic body expands beyond us into our physical space. So like when our room is messy, how does that make us feel, right? Like it kind of like builds up inside of us, and again, it kind of like prevents us maybe from being as creative and stuff like that. So I would say, Melissa, for you, first step, as simple and kind of silly as it sounds, clean your room, clean your space, if that's what you feel called to do. And then from there, in the process of doing that, you're doing that as like an act that is moving you in this direction. And then when the space is clean, it incubates the energy for the new habits, for the new patterns. Make that little space where you can sit down and meditate. Make that space where you can practice doing journaling. Make that space where you can, again, just kind of like have a nice meal and everything like that. So, and yeah, definitely put your feet in the muddy grass. Absolutely, Dominique. So go ahead and let me know if this resonates with you guys. We're going to move into the next reading here. Again, this is one of the ones that I could totally like do an entire podcast on. But this is a great message. It's a great message for me as well. That's the thing, guys, like clearing and activating is an ongoing process. It's something where, you may clear and activate over the course of a weekend and be like, yeah, I did it, I feel great. And then like 2 weeks later, if you haven't really continued to keep it up, what happens? You get muddy again. It's like driving a car, right? Like the car doesn't clean itself. the more you use it, the dirtier it's going to get, the more wear and tear it's going to get. You will have to do maintenance on it. Don't wait for your car to break down and then suddenly you have to like pay out your butt just to be able to fix it and stuff like that. Instead, keep that upkeep going and know that yes, by navigating your way through this world, you will kind of like take on energies. Things will happen. You'll go into the matrix, you'll go into Babylon, but how we continue to look at that as a teaching to be able to say like, you know what, like I'm not scared of that. I'm not scared to go out there and to kind of put myself in these environments that aren't always kind of like, like super clean and everything like that. Like don't avoid the dirty, like just trust in your ability to be able to know that you can clear and activate even in that process. Right. So that's what they say, like some of the best monks, like they don't just stay on a mountaintop the entire time. Like they learn and then they go into the city, so it's like allow yourself to be able to kind of like have that confidence so that you can go into Babylon, but know that you'll always have a process that you can kind of turn back to. And again, it's like, same way you take a shower. This is basically that. This is, the process of energetically taking a shower. So when was the last time that you've taken care of yourself on an energetic level as well as the physical level? And the physical is the energetic as well. So it begins up here, begins with a thought. Let me know if this resonates with you. Again, I know this, like I said, this is one of the ones that I could keep going on for, but we'll wrap it up here. Super, super powerful card. Let's finish it off with a little affirmation. Let's all, again, just kind of invite in an affirmation. How does this resonate with you? Go ahead and write out an affirmation in the chat or just think it to yourself. So something that's like reflecting on the message that came through for you. So I am bringing more conscious awareness to the energy of my own field. I will continue to consciously clear and activate through simple habits and routines that serve my highest good. So something like that. Cool. Melissa, thank you so much for being here and for receiving that reading. I hope that resonated with you. And thank you again, everyone, for your comments. Kristen, yo, what's up? Thank you for joining in. Welcome to late night inspirational oracle card readings. We got like all 4 decks here and we're doing a PayPal pay it forward kind of method. So yeah, thank you, Melissa, again for being here and for inviting in this reading for the community. And yeah, I'm glad that we were able to do that one together. That was a good one. And I definitely was able to, there's some valuable messages there for me too, man. Spirit had a message there for me too. So if you would like to be able to receive a screenshot of that, Melissa, just go ahead and let me know afterwards. I can send that to you. So, all right. Okay, let me just check in right now. Again, if anybody would like to be able to receive a reading on air, the way how we're doing it through PayPal, and you guys can contribute $5 or you can contribute more than $5 and we'll do it as a pay it forward method. Now, I think what we may actually do next, Rebecca did contribute like as a pay it forward method. But I think since Dominique is still here, I think we'll do the reading for Dominique. And then after that, unless there's another reading that comes in, then we'll do the pay it forward. So we'll save the pay it forward to like the last one. But in the meantime, we'll do the ones for whoever has already contributed personally. So Dominique, if you're still here, go ahead and let me know. And I did see your comment a minute ago, so I hope you are still here. And we can do this next reading for you. So yeah, thank you again, everyone, so much for tuning in. I'm inviting more peace and joy into my current living situation. Beautifully said, Rebecca. Awesome. All right, so we'll just take a moment here for Dominique to be able to reply. And again, for anybody else who would like to be able to contribute, go ahead and let me know. It's a kind of a quiet night here, but that's okay. Again, I like just being able to hang out here with you guys and practice and have some fun and make some connections. Again, a reminder, if you guys are looking to support in other ways, be sure to let me know if you'd like to be able to set up a one-on-one call to view my inventory for any of the crystal items that I got, including Lumerian quartz points crystals, the Light Guardian crystals, and lots of other items that I got, including shift buttons. And yeah, I got like super special discounts and deals for the Lumerian quartz. And like, this is just one, but I've got like a truckload of them, I swear. So, all right. Oh, Kristen, thank you so much. Kristen, I can see your contribution coming in and we'll add that into the pay forward. So thank you, Kristen. All right, let's just see if Dominique is still here. Dominique is still here. Perfect. All right, Dominique, let's get right into this, guys. I don't know how long you guys are going to keep me up for, but I'm okay with it. You guys just let me know when we're done here. We'll stay up in the meantime. I'll set my limit at maybe 2 a.m. So, all right, Dominique, speaking to you on camera, let's choose what deck you would like to be able to receive. So for Dominique, here are the decks that we have with us today. We have the Sacred Spirit deck. We have the Hidden Worlds deck. We have the Hero's Journey. And we have the Lightworker Oracle deck. And so if you need more detail on these, again, Sacred Spirit, that's one we did. A lot of kind of like higher conscious ideas, very applicable across the entire spectrum of life. Hidden Worlds is kind of like messages from like kind of like astral, kind of like fairy magic realm type stuff. Yes, Rebecca, that is Pinocchio, yes. And Hero's Journey, she's on YouTube right now. Again, kind of like related to like Joseph Campbell's like hero archetype myth. And the Lightworker Oracle deck, which is, of course, related to those of you who resonate with the concept of being a Lightworker. So we'll wait for Dominique to confirm. And I'm just taking a look at the other links. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Nowadays, it's kind of weird the way the algorithm works. Sometimes it's hard for these broadcasts to be able to reach people, but I like doing these readings in a way where even if we have a small group, it's still really meaningful. So, all right, let's do the Hidden Worlds deck, says Dominique. So let's get ready to get right into that. And then we'll do that, and then we'll get into some more readings there. And again, Kristen, we'll do a reading for you next, and then we'll have some pay it forward readings as well. So hey, reunion in the chat. Here we go. Cool. All right. Okay, team, let's get ready to get into this. So Dominique, first of all, thank you so much for your contribution, for your time. What I'm going to do here, I'm just going to invite you to follow my lead. We'll do a quick little meditation. I'll guide you through this. And then on my cue, you'll take a few breaths and then you'll type now into the chat. And then we will pull the card there. So if you're ready, just go ahead and type ready. And there's a bit of a delay on the between my video feed and the comments. So just be aware of that, but that's totally fine. We'll make it work. And thank you again to those of you on any platform. If you guys would like to be able to receive a reading next, go ahead and use the link in my profile to be able to contribute on PayPal. And again, if you guys want to pay it forward, go ahead. Okay, so just waiting for the confirmation from Dominique, assuming they are ready. Then we'll get right into this next reading. And yeah, thank you guys again for tuning in. Appreciate everybody being here. So reminder, quick plug, we'll be doing a global meditation tomorrow at 10 p.m. EDT. That's our weekly meditation that we do through Paradigm Shift Central. So if you guys are enjoying this and you want to connect further with the community, be sure to check out Paradigm Shift Central. All right, here we go. We're ready. Okay, Dominique, for everybody here, feel free to join in. When you're ready, go ahead and gently close your eyes. For Dominique, for everybody here, just take a moment here to be able to connect with your breath. Just arriving to the space of gratitude. Gratitude for yourself, gratitude for community, gratitude for the messages we are here to receive, and gratitude for spirit that is working right here alongside with us. Dominique, as you continue to breathe here, we'll focus our intention on the idea of show us what we need to see. And I know you also had your other specific intention related to friendship as well. So show us what we need to see. And just hold that intention for yourself, for the team, for the collective. Dominique, take a few more moments here. Breathe into your heart space. When you're ready, listen to your intuition and then type now into the chats. And then at that point, we shall pull the card for you. So continuing to open our hearts to see what is. May we continue to arrive into the space of this bliss. This story is unfolding through the many realms of this dream. As we open up to the hidden worlds, we will see that there is magic weaving its way through you and through me, connecting all of us as friends and family. And so, with an open heart and an open mind, let us continue to remember the truth of this rhyme, that this realm is ripe with magic here and now, And it's up to us to be able to bring forth the rhythm of this wow, to be in awe of the stars that are above and below. And so let us get ready to see what message shall flow. Breathing here, just holding space for that now. And then we shall split the deck and be able to see what card we have for thou. Shh. Continuing to breathe with an open heart, allowing each of us to do our parts. And thank you again for being here in this space. Thank you for allowing us to be able to share this place, to be able to align with the truth that has always been within. And Dominique, if you haven't already, you can type now into the chat and we shall split the deck. There it is. Wizard noises. Beautiful. Oh, I love this card. All right. For Dominique, for everybody who is tuned in, again, for those of you on TikTok and Instagram, I'm going to be kind of speaking to this camera here. So thank you so much. The card that we have pulled for Dominique and for anybody else who is here to receive this message is the Tree of Illumination. The Tree of Illumination, understanding revelations, truth, understanding, and revelations. The Tree of Illumination. Super, super beautiful card there. So just go ahead and take a look at that. Just going to open up to the page within the book, and we'll just take a moment here to just be able to reflect on the image that we have. So beautiful, beautiful image here. So when we see this image, what do you guys see? What do you guys think? I'm just going to show it to TikTok and Instagram here as well for a moment. What do you feel when you see this image? So again, we have this image of basically like a tree of light, and you can see it's just it's got, what's interesting here, if I'm not mistaken, there's almost like, yeah, you can see there's kind of like a face right up at the top. It's almost hard to see on the camera itself. But yeah, you can see like the branches are made of light. There's kind of like a spiral around the trunk as well. And it's almost like standing on like a single rock and just kind of like casts it on this beautiful night sky. So again, just looking at the image visually, literally, and then let's take a moment here to be able to draw from the book. And yes, Dominique, I'll keep in mind your original intention. Let me just review that. Looking for insight between my online friend and I who have lost contact, but it's not unusual to lose contact with him every once in a while or even a bit. Sure. All right. I'll keep that in mind and we'll hold that intention as well. All right. So thank you again, everyone, for joining in. We're getting into this reading for Dominique, but again, if you are here, this message is also for you. So I'm going to read from the book and invite you to be able to open your heart. If anything I say resonates, go ahead and drop an 1111 in the chat. And again, if you would like to be able to receive a reading on air next, for those of you on TikTok and Instagram, check out the link in my profile and feel free to play it forward. So, excuse me. All right, here we go. Card number 7, the Tree of Illumination. Truth, revelations, understanding. There are within this world certain trees which have qualities that are unique and magical. All trees have a little of this magic, but in some, the power accumulates and rests and rises until the tree becomes a part of a sacred place, in which great healing, revelations, understanding, and moments of insight can take place. There they have been many among the great divine ones of the world, Odin and Yggdrasil, Buddha and the tree, and this tree is one such as those. You are now invited to step into the energies of this tree and receive the wisdom it wishes to offer you. In your own world, make the time to connect with all trees, but in this moment, gazing upon this card, know that there dwells within this tree a great spirit who wishes now to share with you the potent magic of the realms some would call fairies. This shining one now invites you in. As you enter and lay down beneath the branches, light will fall upon you. and nurture you and become a part of you so that you can know the truth of any circumstance that has troubled you. I'll read that up again. As you enter and lay down beneath the branches, light will fall upon you and nurture you and become a part of you so that you can know the truth of any circumstance that has troubled you. Take this worry to the tree of illumination. And when you still yourself and listen and go to the trees, you will return with all you seek to know. Illumination is like a little mantra. It is within the branches of the trees that knowledge and wisdom will be found. Do not ask yourself any more. Ask the trees, and the answer will be with you. All right, beautiful. Let's dive into this a little bit further. Thank you again, everyone, for tuning in. And yeah, I'm excited for this one. So Dominique, keeping in mind the intention that you originally asked, just about the curiosity of your online friend that you haven't heard from in a while. Let's keep that in mind as we're pulling forth some additional insight. And that's what I'll do. I'll just kind of channel into spirit, channel into our guides, and see what messages are coming through for us here in this moment. So, so yeah, who here loves trees? Drop a 777 in the chat if you guys are big fans of trees. And so trees in themselves are an incredibly powerful teacher. And it's interesting to be able to think that across different realms, different dimensions, trees still hold an energy, trees still exist. And so with this card really reminds me of something that we actually practice within the Paradigm Shift Central community, which is this meditation of going to what we refer to as the guardian tree or the dream tree. And what it is, it's basically this tree that exists through the astral planes, through a thought form, through an idea. And it's this vision that we hold of us being able to gather at a tree. And so this is something that we've practiced as a community, and it's something that we can actually invite into our dream space as well. We practice it through meditation, but it's also something where we've actually been able to gather there through dream time. People within the community have had dreams of being at the dream tree, and it's like this beautiful, majestic tree, very much kind of similar to this, but you know, kind of looks different for different people. But I imagine it's being kind of like really big, like huge trunk, like crystalline structure, crystalline kind of like beads floating through it, fairies flying around it and everything like that. So Dominique, with this card, again, what I'm being told to just kind of share with you is that, you know, your friend that you've connected with, you've said that, you know, it's like, oh, sometimes you'll hear from them and then you won't hear from them for a while. With this card, I think it's important to be able to invite yourself to connect with them whenever you want, at any point, knowing that that connection is always there. You know, it's interesting because like when we are so dependent on technology, on the internet, on the branches of the web that we've created through this virtual space, you know, sometimes we almost kind of step away from the actual power that we have of our spiritual energies, of our etheric plane, of our astral dimensions. And so in this moment, you know, it's something where for you, Dominique, it'd be interesting for you to just be able to kind of like set an intention before falling asleep tonight, to just be able to say like, hey, like, talk to your friend, like talk to them within your mind and kind of imagine you and them like sitting at a tree, like sitting at this shared space, and just kind of like know that even though you haven't seen them online, like right now, like you could literally like meet up with them in the astral, like at least meet up with the idea of them, meet up with the energy of them. And then when you're in that space, you know, like, what do you want to do? Like you can take that moment to really be able to invite in any sort of like healing that you need to be able to feel, invite in a conversation. Again, you know, if we're just like, it's like, oh, I can't wait to hear from them. I can't wait to hear from them. I can't wait for them to message me. I can't wait for them to message me. And we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting and we're waiting. And then again, it's like at the same time, you know, if this was like back in the day when we were wizards, it's just like, oh, or I'll just like connect with them through the power of spirit, connect with them through the power of mind, connect with them through the power of heart. Like, why do I need to wait? Why do I need to be able to, you know, kind of like wait for them to direct message me when I can message them through the energy that we already share? So again, you know, the fact that you and this friend have shared a connection, and obviously a meaningful one to you, means that there is a connection there. You know, like obviously it's someone that I'm sure in some way you probably feel is like a soul family, a soul tribe member. And so even if you can't send them that message directly, again, you can kind of like send it to them psychically, and you can invite them to just be able to say like, hey, like, you know, like meet me at the tree, you know, it's just like put it out there, like meet me at the tree, meet me at the tree, meet me at, and you can call the tree something, whatever you want, like give the tree a name, create an identity, create an energy to it. And then, you know, lo and behold, when the time is right, I'm sure they'll pop up, you'll hear from them again. And yeah, just opening your heart to the possibility of that, and really allowing yourself to kind of like play with that energy, and to even again open up like more of a curiosity as well. And even with this idea, and again, if this resonates with you, drop an 1111 in the chat. And even with this idea, you know, like there's more to be found through the connection of this tree than just what we're talking about, just with the connection between you and your friend. You can use this tree as a nexus point to be able to connect with perhaps other people. Like this could literally be, you know, a place to be able to connect with your spirit guides, a place to be able to connect with your ancestors, a place to be able to connect with like even like animals, a place to be able to connect with loved ones who have passed on, whatever the case may be. So again, with this idea of the tree of illumination, the tree is like such a powerful teacher. And what does the tree teach us? One of the things it teaches us is that we are all intimately connected. You know, there is like like we can access like this infinite nexus of information, just as the trees connect in through the roots, and our, you know, the entire forest is connected and all the trees are in communication with each other. So too, as spirit, are we always in communication with a much bigger network, with a much bigger grid. And so this is where, again, with this card, it's really just inviting you to know that when you show up and spend time with a tree, it's inviting you to be able to connect into like almost kind of like a spiritual internet, like a spiritual access point for hidden wisdom, for hidden knowledge. And it's also a place to know that, you know, the tree of illumination, any sort of tree, is a great place that can just, again, allow you to be able to like move some of that energy, to be able to clear some of that energy. Like the tree can actually kind of like move some of that energy that might be inside of you. It can kind of like carry it for you and distill it within the earth. That's why they talk about, you know, like hugging a tree is such a powerful thing. You can actually like merge your aura with the aura of the tree. Such a beautiful and powerful idea. So there's a lot of things for you to be able to play with here. And the message of this card, even though, you know, in some cases it's kind of simple, it's also quite deep. It's quite profound. And it's something where with this message, it's really just inviting you to be able to reflect deeper on what is your relationship with trees, both within the physical, both within kind of the etheric, and then to extrapolate on it, to expand on it, to meditate on it, to get creative on it, maybe even draw it, maybe even paint it, maybe even might want to like, you know, like paint a version of the tree and you and your friend are there together. So again, it's kind of like this idea where, you know, without creating like an attachment, it's just opening your heart to even beginning to imagine like, hey, you know what, like I haven't heard from my friend online in a while, but that doesn't stop me from still being able to have some form of a relationship with them on an energetic level, if that's something that resonates with you. And again, you can just kind of like take that extra moment in the day to just be able to kind of like imagine you and them at the tree, or just imagine them in your mind, and just be able to say like, hey, like, I love you. Like, I don't know where you are right now, but I love you. I send you good vibes, and I just know that you're out there. And again, it's also this idea of even if they're not immediately within your life, you still wish them the best. And that's such a powerful message to be able to keep in mind. This is like a true form of like higher love, is like wanting the best for someone, whether or not it even involves you. So like, even though you haven't heard from them, you're just like, man, like what if you don't hear from them? Like for who knows how long, right? But even if you could totally just kind of like open your heart to just being like, I'm okay with that. And at the same time, I just send them so much love, and I'm excited for them, and I wish them the best. And I know that they're exactly where they need to be. And then who knows, right? They might pop up, like it might be like years later down the line. Don't know, but it's kind of one of those things where it's like as soon as you kind of like let go of it, like you just kind of release that flower, you release that butterfly, you let it fly, and then who knows, and then they might show up like a week later or something like that. Dominic, just reading your message here, says, that's so amazing. I've been looking into this, trying to connect with him spiritually. You just confirmed everything. This is so amazing. I've also been dreaming about him more and more. There you go. But the tree is going to help me be able to do that more. I am sure of it. The tree is a very important tool to help give me a concrete thing to concentrate on. I do love trees too. I love photographing them. You don't know how much this means to me. We have been friends since MySpace was around. Holy cow. I needed this message today. Dominique, I'm so happy to hear that. And I'm sure that even this message is something that other people are, again, able to receive from as well. Absolutely. Again, I think the message has already like reached you and reached your heart. So we'll just kind of get close to being able to wrap it up here. But again, yeah, as a call to action, I think you've already got it. Get creative with this, you know, and I think, like you said, kind of like imagine that tree and imagine that scene. Start like as you fall asleep, you can kind of like imagine both of you kind of like walking up towards the tree and just kind of like play out a scene within your mind. And then again, in that space of like kind of like meditating while falling asleep, you can just kind of like connect with their energy and almost kind of like imagine a conversation between you and them. But then, like you said, you're already dreaming about them. So it's like, even in that space, it's like, man, you guys are already tapped in. Like you're already like using like the original internet, right? So it's like the dream space is very tree-like, right? Like it's all these kind of like branches that weave together. And absolutely having those concrete ideas as a gathering point, as an energy nexus, will again kind of like help just center in those ideas. And then it's something you can return to. And yeah, I think it's a very powerful idea. And I'm excited for you. You know, I think I think it's important for you to also just kind of like, for your own sake, just kind of release any expectation. But at the same time, to still be able to use this as a practice to just be like, wow, like, you know, like how much, like this is, and this goes for anyone, like, right? Like, because this is kind of a challenge, right? How much can you love someone you care about without them even physically being in your life? Interesting concept, right? Because a lot of times people are just like, oh, well, if they're not in my life, whatever, right? Like it's like if they're not physically in front of me, like I it's hard for me to kind of like love them in the same way. But again, it's like, and not to say, and I'm not just saying if they're not within your physical life, but you could call them and you can message them and you could, you know, like talk to them anytime on video chat. I'm taking it to like the farther end of the spectrum. How much can you love someone if this was like back in the old days and you sailed across an ocean and you don't know the next time you're going to see them again? But knowing that even still, spirit has this internal mechanism built in where actually, you know, we actually have all of what we recognize is like the technology of the internet are actually based on all these spiritual abilities. So like the internet is kind of like the 5D version of technology. So at the same time, let's use the original like 5D, like higher dimensional space that we already have inside of us and not become so dependent on it. So yeah, anyways, there's a lot of ideas there. I think you guys get it. Dominique says, it's very true. You don't have to be in your life if you truly love someone. Yeah. Dominique, such a beautiful card for us to be able to receive. I'm so grateful that we were able to share that message. And I'm glad to know that it's one that you were able to resonate with as well. And I'm sure others were as well. It gives me something to think about as well. Absolutely. And again, knowing that you can kind of use that concept to even connect with, like I said, like loved ones, ancestors, people who aren't even like physically here anymore, you know, use the tree as a gathering point. And again, what we do in our meditations, you can imagine like a group of us kind of gathering around the tree and we like celebrate and we have festivals there and we do like global meditations. We've done a bunch of those. We'll have to do another one sometime soon. I am hosting a global meditation tomorrow. I don't think it's going to be the tree one, but it is going to be a one. So Dominique, thank you so much. If there's any other messages you want to share into the chat, please feel free. I'll read those on air, even if it's just like a message for the collective or anything like that. You're more than welcome to. And yeah, for everyone here, let's just finish off with a little affirmation. So I'm inviting you to share an affirmation in the chat to just confirm that this message landed for you. So I am opening my heart to the infinite wisdom of the trees. They are the guardians of this plane. And beyond, and they carry with them an infinite wisdom that I'm constantly learning from. So, like honestly, like so it is. Within my like early stages of my kind of like awakening, like it was literally just like me like looking at a tree, and then like I came back and I looked at it another day, and then I was just like, whoa, wait a second, like this tree is teaching me something. Like it's a metaphor, it's a symbol, right? Like absolutely. So Dominique says, my mother needs to meet me at the tree too. I have others to see there. So thank you very much. Aw, Dominique, that means so much. I'm so glad to hear. And the concept of the tree, who knows? This might be something that you can maybe like even like talk to others about. It might be something you can kind of like pass on in some way. Dominique, please feel free to send me a direct message anyways. If you are interested in just connecting with the community that I facilitate through Paradigm Shift Central, you're more than welcome to. Again, we do have like events on the regular. So if you're looking for like conscious community to connect with, there's some really, really cool people. Some of them are on YouTube and everything like that right now. So they're not necessarily in this chat. But yeah, it's paradigmshiftcentral.com. And I'll just post a link for that into the chat. You can go there and you can literally create like a membership profile. And with that, you can get like access to the upcoming events and stuff like that. So you can check things out and everything. And we do have like a Discord server and stuff as well. So I'll just post that into the chat, Dominique. So feel free to do that. But again, also feel free to I'll just post my Instagram as well. So if you want to even just send me a direct message on Instagram, you can do that. But yeah, we have some like global meditations coming up and we're going to be doing like the tree one. So Dominique, if you've enjoyed this reading and you want to like hang out with me and the team a bit more, you're more than welcome to. And again, I hope the journey continues to serve you well. So beautiful, beautiful card here. Dominique, thank you so much. And yeah, let's take a moment here to just be able to just kind of take a breather. And Dominique, also send me a direct message and I can send you a screenshot of the image if you'd like. So. All right. Okay. Quick little intermission. Again, this broadcast is brought to you by crystals. Lots and lots of crystals. If you guys want to be able to help support in additional ways, the Light Guardian crystals are an awesome way to be able to help support the work that I do. I've got a bunch of these and I'm looking to be able to sell them to be able to earn some extra money to support the family and the baby. And if you guys want to be able to order any Light Guardian crystals, again, these are exclusive items that I make. And just send me a direct message and I can do a one-on-one call with you and show you the inventory that I got. And again, these are fun for meditating. Hold like both of these at once. This will take you to the tree, that's for sure. Hold two of these bad boys. So, and thank you again to some of you who have recently ordered those as well. Rebecca, thank you as well. And again, and I do have like the raw Lemurian quartz points as well. Some of the best Lemurian quartz points you will find, and big ones too. Like those aren't the big ones. These are like the medium sized one. The big ones, man, there's like ones like twice the size of this, like straight up. It's crazy. So anyways, I'm looking to send those to a good home. And if you guys want to order anything from there, either go to the item shop and you can order that way, but send me a direct message and I can set up a one-on-one kind of call with you and I can show you the inventory. So, all right, team. Dominique says, thank you so much. I will look into your groups. Awesome, Dominique. And again, yeah, just direct message me anywhere and I'll be happy to just walk you through things as need be. Okay. Sweet. Let's just check in right now. So with that said, Kristen, would you like to receive a reading? We can do a reading for you, Kristen. And then after that, we do have a couple pay it forwards. Depending on my energy, if I don't get all the way into the pay it forwards, we'll save those pay it forwards for another broadcast. I'll obviously be back here again. I'm trying to make a habit of kind of jumping on here again. I want to be able to get into a rhythm where I'm kind of like doing these every now and then and just kind of, again, doing it as a way to be able to serve as a branch for community. And again, also just be able to earn a little bit of extra money to be able to help support the community project as well. So cool. Awesome. Awesome. Thank you, Rebecca. Yeah, Rebecca, anything extra that you want as well. And Rebecca, if you decide where you're just like, actually, you know what, I want to like add more to my package or whatever, just let me know. Like if you want to wait until afterwards, that's fine. But I'll be sending out your package like in the first week of July. So, okay. Let's check in. Kristen, I'm here for the collective, whatever we need to know. All right, Kristen, let's do a reading for you, Kristen, for you in the collective. Kristen, what deck do you want to use? Honestly, Kristen, I feel like the Hidden Worlds deck would be a good one, just because I feel like you've seen the other ones. I'm not so, but I don't think you've seen the Hidden Worlds ones as frequent. So, and for anybody else here, if anybody else here is interested in a reading, go ahead and let me know. And again, you can send a PayPal contribution. We invite you to do it as a $5 for yourself, or do it as a pay it forward method. And Kristen needs to order more buttons. Yeah, Kristen, I've got a big bag of buttons there with your name on it. So any order you guys do, I'll always put in the buttons for you guys. You guys know the buttons. Let's do the Hidden Worlds deck. All right, let's do that. Let's get right into it, guys. I'll keep an eye on the time. I might have to wrap it up by 2. I just don't want to stay up too late, right? Like it's gonna be a late night for me if I do that. So got to make sure I'm staying rested. Another big day tomorrow. All right, cool. Just checking the other feeds. Okay, cool. Awesome, Rebecca, confirmed. All right, let's get into this. All right, Kristen, you know how this works. Quick little meditation, and let's draw this card for the community. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what comes through for Kristen. We've had plenty of wonderful discussions about the hidden worlds. So, all right, just checking in. All right. Okay, this may be the last reading for tonight. We'll see. It just depends on my energy. I'm feeling like I need to rest after this. Okay, Kristen, take a moment here. Let's get right into this. Breathe into our heart space. Opening our heart to the intention, show us what we need to see. Focusing in on gratitude, gratitude for yourself, for the community, for the messages we're here to receive. And from that place of gratitude, again, just focus on that intention. Show us what we need to see. Kristen, listen to your breath, listen to your intuition. When you're ready, type now into the chat and we will split the deck. Wizard noises. Slow and calm. A pleasant pace. Here to be within this present space. As things slow down, things become brighter. And so let us allow ourselves to see how we can become lighter by allowing ourselves to breathe into the heart space of this cove. And we too will be able to weave the magic to and fro. And so I open you to open with me the many pages of this book through the grand mystery. Wizard noises. Yeah, I love those wizard noises. And so, getting ready to pull the card, we shall see what messages come through for you and for me. There we go. All right, this might be the last reading for tonight. Ooh, oh, very cool. Well, this is sounds about right. The card that we have pulled for Kristen is the Light Priestess, Cosmic Wisdom, Galactic Wisdom, Cosmic Ritual, the Light Priestess. And yes, this is bonus points because this is actually like the card from like the cover of the deck. So you know it's a good one when it's like on like the front of the book. So that's always cool. All right. Let's take a moment here, open up from here. Excuse me. All right, let's see what we got. Okay. Holding up here the card for everyone to be able to see. What do you guys see when you look at this image? Holding it closer for Facebook. Beautiful image of this, again, this like priestess, high priestess, kind of like floating in the etheric planes. And there's got like 2 pillars or multiple, what is it? It's not just 2 pillars. It's kind of like 2 kind of like edges of structures, almost kind of like from like Atlantean ancient world era. And there's a beautiful kind of like ripple of light coming from her head. So go ahead, leave a comment down below. What do you feel when you look at this image? What do you think when you see this image? And yeah, beautiful colors, this like purpley pink white color. And yeah, you can see her like third eye's kind of illuminated, and she's wearing, I don't know if that's like her hair or more like kind of just like a shawl, I guess, but beautiful, beautiful imagery there. So let's get right into this. And again, I think this might be our last reading for tonight, but we'll do more pay it forward next time. All right. So as I read this here, for everyone here, this message is for you. Number 6, the Light Priestess, Galactic Wisdom Cosmic Ritual. Before you is a temple, a gateway to the realms of light, and it is broken. It is being restored, rebuilt with every moment that you give to your own restoration and well-being. As you do this, likewise, excuse me, this temple will be restored by the Light Priestess, she who weaves the rays and brings back to us the codes of our origins. All you need to do is focus on the light within and without you. Spend time within the light, the sunlight pouring through your own energetic gateways, the moonlight healing, cleansing, reassembling every cell. The Light Priestess will ensure you receive the light that will reignite the cosmic fires within you and restore all that seems broken and in despair. She builds the temple of the spirit, and as you build yours, the temple she safeguards will be repieced until it is once again the gateway for the people of this earth to understand their place in the cosmos. Observe the subtle light all about you, the play of light on water, the reflections off windows, the prisms and lanterns and rays that imbue our world with wonder and messages from the depths of the universe. Allow the planets to reconnect with you, re-engage with your starry self, your cosmic being, your eternal essence that is the light from 1,000 stars. You are a temple, and you are restoring the gates between the worlds with every offering you make to your own well-being, to your own spirits. Illumination. Starborn One, your temple is not broken. It is being rewoven from the 1,000 lights of the faraway worlds you once were part of. Live this life, but in this moment, remember your origins and the divine path you will take home. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Awesome. All right. Excuse me, I'm getting a little bit tired, but we'll keep going here. Last reading for tonight. We'll wrap it up in a minute. So, all right. So this is a beautiful message. Again, I think there's not too many people tuned in right now, Chris. And so, normally when we do these readings, it's like, oh, this is for whoever happens to see it right now. But I think right now it's like the only people who are truly really here is yourself and Rebecca, and I think a couple of other awesome people who are tuned in on the side. But with this card right now, really speaking to you directly, Chris, and this is a card that's really just taking a moment here to be able to acknowledge the work that you've been doing, to be able to step into more of the archetype that you carry as this light priestess. This card really acknowledges a lot of the work that you've done to be able to rebuild from that which was once broken, to be able to, again, find more faith within the light, to be able to find more faith within the processes of healing, cleansing, and reassembling. This is a card that is honoring the sacred temple that you are building both within you and without you, to be able to invite in a place where others too are connecting with their high priestess energy, to be able to help others who have gone through their own process of being broken, to be able to find new hope through a new generation of their own being. So with this card, again, it's really acknowledging that, yes, like there is a part of you that has gone through a process of understanding what it's like to be broken, what it's like to be again kind of like fractured into a million pieces, but then also to be able to share the wisdom of returning back to a space of wholeness, and to a space of wholeness that is continually being built upon. And I know, again, from knowing some of your story as well, Kristen, that this card no doubt deeply speaks to a very important part of your story. And so, again, I like how it says here, she builds the temple of the spirit as you build yours. The temple she safeguards will be repeated until it is once again is the gateway for the people of this earth to understand their place in the cosmos. So it's really, really acknowledging that your story is one that, you know, is supported and guided by this archetype of the light priestess, to know that in the process of you going through your own journey of healing, it's literally serving as a powerful gateway for more people to be able to understand their role, for more people to be able to understand their place as priests and priestesses of light. And so with this card, it's inviting you to be able to reflect on the subtle relationships that you have with light, to become more aware of it, become more aware of the way it dances through the window, become more aware of the way it reflects off water, become more aware of the way you can kind of like squint and see it through your eyelids when you know, walk about through the days, or the way it kind of like plays off the leaves. This is a card that's really inviting you to be able to see this light as something that is not just there, but is something that is, you know, an extension of you, and thus in turn also a reflection to your connection to the planets, to the literal stars. So this idea that, you know, whenever you see light, it's also this kind of memory of just like, oh, light, stars, starry self, the higher self. So your cosmic being, your eternal essence, that is the light from 1,000 stars, you are a temple, and you are restoring the gates between the worlds with every offering you make to your own well-being, your own spirit. So with this card, it's really inviting you to be able to, you know, continue on this path of nurturing your well-being, because as you nurture your well-being, you are nurturing the very temple that you are. And that's the idea. You know, the temple is obviously like the communities you build, the content that you put out, the art that you share, but it's literally you. Like, you are the temple. And therefore, you know, like what is coming through you is something to be worshiped, is something to be honored. So really inviting you, almost, you know, if you choose in a future meditation, to kind of like allow yourself to kind of like move almost into a third person, and really just kind of look upon yourself and kind of like speak from your higher self to you, and just be able to say like, thank you, Kristen. Like I see you, I honor you, I love you, like I deeply revere like the journey that you have gone on, and really just kind of like look at yourself from this third person perspective of almost kind of like speaking through the voice of the light priestess, the high priestess, to be able to see that again, like you're like a microcosm of this macro archetype, choosing to be here now. And that's the idea. Like, it is a choice. It is a choice, and you could make a choice in a different choice tomorrow. You could literally just say like, you know what, like I don't want to be a light priestess anymore. I want to go do something else. And that's okay. You can do that. But listen to your heart. Listen to what's guiding you. Listen to what has brought you so far along this journey, and here you are now, you know, and to trust that again, like this is something that is constantly just kind of like working with you, holding you up. So this is a very, very beautiful card that again, you know, is inviting in this connection to know that through the spirit guides that work with you, there is a beautiful archetype, a beautiful team, a beautiful energy. And it's not just you, you know, like this energy of the light priestess is arising through many women. Rebecca, again, I think is something that both of you and Kristen both carry as well. So it's this idea that, you know, as you continue to kind of like connect into this archetype within you, you're also helping more people connect into it. And again, it's like, what is the role of the light priestess? It's to be able to build these temples on earth, to be the bridge between worlds, to restore the gates between worlds, to be able to like bring heaven onto earth. So yeah, super, super beautiful card. I think I'll get close to wrapping it up here. I can just feel the voice is getting tired, but I think the message on this is quite clear. So really, really, yeah, just continuing on this path and really just nurturing your well-being, and just inviting in more of this conscious awareness of the relationship between yourself and the archetype of the light priestess, the high priestess, and continuing to consciously build your temple here on earth to be able to serve as a gate between worlds, which again, I think you're already doing. So a lot of this card isn't so much telling you like, oh, like this is what you have to do. It's really just saying like, keep doing what you're doing. You are seen, you are acknowledged. Kristen says, I am deeply connected to the healing opportunities within life experience. I move with faith in the reassembled in divine love. Thank you, Brendan. Namaste. Light priestess, fairy princess, warrior queen forever. There you go. So beautiful. Awesome. Super, super beautiful card. If you guys want to leave a little affirmation into the chat, please, by all means, go ahead and do that. And yeah, Kristen, thank you so much for inviting in this message for us to be able to receive. And again, I hope this message is one where, you know, you can kind of like bring it with you into the dream realm as well. So, you know, just kind of maybe you'll sit down and have a conversation with the light priestess sometime. So super cool. Awesome. All right, quick little affirmation based on this card. For me personally, I am continuing to honor the path of nurturing my well-being so that I can serve as a temple here on this plane and to continue to become a gate between worlds to bring more love and divinity into this space, healing, prosperity, and peace for all. So beautiful, beautiful card. Awesome. All right, team. Go ahead, leave any comments down below. How does this resonate with you? We'll take a moment here, just be able to wrap it up. I'm gonna have to go to bed. We've done enough readings for tonight, and we will be back here once again, and we'll do some pay it forward ones as well next time. So we'll have those added to the queue. Not exactly sure the next time I'll be on air. Tomorrow we have our global meditation at 10 p.m. Again, if you guys want to join on air for that, go to Paradigm Shift Central and you can start your trial membership, and then go to the members portal and you'll get the Zoom link for that. And yeah, if you ever have any questions about joining on those, just send me a direct message and I'll be more than happy to be able to connect you with that. And Rebecca as well, send me a direct message if you want to join in for that too. And I think I'm right on time. I have to go check in with the wife and then I'm going to start wrapping it up. So, okay. All right. Yeah, thank you guys again. Kristen says, setting the intention to meet at the tree of light, at the tree with the light priestess, sending lots of love and peace for your night. Sweet dreams, Wolf and family. Thank you. Thank you, Kristen. I appreciate the support. Beautiful. Oh, has been a hot second. Cool. All right, team. Let's wrap it up. I'm going to put these cards away. Any closing gratitude for the night? Go ahead and just, I don't think there's too many people tuned in right now. So cool. Thank you again to those of you who may be watching. Appreciate you guys stopping by, and stay tuned. We'll be doing more of these. Again, I don't know, the algorithm's kind of funky these days, so these broadcasts don't really reach too many people, but the people that it does reach, I'm glad it does reach you. And let's do our best to be able to bring this integrated message with us into our daily lives, and yeah, just deepen our gratitude and keep bringing that magic into the world. So cool. All right, putting all the cards away here. So all right. There we go. So many oracle decks. Okay. All right, team. I am ready to wrap it up. Thank you guys again so much for your support. Again, reminder, if you guys want to order any of the other items, please feel free to let me know. And go ahead and check out paradigmshiftcentral.com if you guys want to create your membership there and join on air for some upcoming events. So I'll wrap it up there. All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you so much. And we'll see you guys soon. Much love. Pew, pew, pew. Awesome. All right. Good night, Rebecca. Good night, everyone. Take care. Sweet dreams.